You know, walking through these pine woods here, I'm reminded of the pine belt and about coming home. For some people, this is what they're familiar with, and that is the pine trees. And when you get away from the pine trees, you wonder, my goodness, how much I miss those pine trees, especially people that live out in the desert, and they really miss that part of being home. Today we're going to be focusing on the pine belt of Mississippi, and that's a particular home for Cheryl LuQuire and her family. And we're going to introduce you to her and Adam, her husband, and they're going to be sharing about their marriage and about their music and about their mission to Haiti. And then we're going to conclude with a classmate of Cheryl LuQuire, with Patrick Stubbs and his brother Eric Stubbs. And they're going to be taking us to Canada for a very special trip. So stick around. We look forward to being with you on the road in between.
Thoughts keep running through my head as I walk this road with nothing ahead. The sun beams down on my face as I walk this road that leads to amazing grace.
The Road in Between with Tom Sykes is sponsored by John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, CRM Companies, Archer Architecture, Mitchell Signs and Imprints, Glass Incorporated, Benefits Management Group.
14 years ago, these grove of trees were planted. They were planted in a straight line, this way and that way. The assumption was that all these trees would go straight up and they would be great for making houses or being used for different pieces of board. But we know that's not how life is. That along the way there's going to be challenges, there's going to be waves, there's going to be winds that are going to blow against us, and they're going to shape us. Well, look at here, we've got a tree that was originally created to be straight up, but something happened along the way. We know that Ivan and Katrina came through this part of the country, and look at the result of that. This tree on the outside of this grove took the brunt force of that wind, and it shaped it forever. The good news is that this tree protected that tree on the inside so that it could grow up straight. I think that's the way it is in life. You need to find out who's your refuge and who is your strength. God certainly is that for many of us. But God gives us parents. He gives us those on each side of us to help us handle the winds of change and challenge. So the next time you're walking through a pine forest and you come across a tree like this, think about your own life and how you've been shaped for the better by those around you. This is Tom Sykes for another Hush in the Rush moment on the Road in Between. It is time to get up and go. We're heading down to Bay Springs, Mississippi to be with Cheryl and Adam Stark. As Cheryl and Adam share about their marriage and about their music and also about their mission going to Haiti. So stick around, we'll be right with you.
Been held in the hands of the ones that I love.
I'm glad to be here with Cheryl and Adam. We're down here in Jasper County.
Yep.
And we are back home where you were raised in a big way.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming down, not getting lost.
And going from Nashville back down here, Adam and Cheryl, and you get to come back and kind of find your roots again, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, tell me about where we are on this land that we're on right here.
Well, we're in the middle of Jasper County and down in Mississippi. And although I was kind of born and raised in Meridian, which is about an hour away, I spent a lot of time down here with my papa and my grandma and learning how to cook good and learning how to hunt and fish. So my roots are deep in these Mississippi roots as well.
That's great. Now, Adam, you're from Nashville.
From Nashville, yeah.
And so for you to be down here,
it's a little bit different, but I still enjoy it. I've always loved outdoors. I've always loved, getting on four-wheelers and camping and all that fun stuff. So
He just needed a woman to pull it out of him.
There you go. Way to go. Well, y'all are a great match for each other. Now tell us how y'all met.
Okay. Well.
You first.
Okay. Okay. We met actually in 2005 at a pickup game of basketball at Belmont. And I, right off the bat, I was a freshman, and I thought, my gosh, this guy's so cute. And we actually would garden each other. And to make a long story short, we did not see each other for 5 more years. In a position to say hello, I might have seen him at like a stop sign in his car because I knew what he drove, and I was like, there's that guy, you know, all through Belmont. And then we kind of ran back into each other at a frozen yogurt shop in the middle of Nashville in 2010. So we like to say our sweet tooths brought us together.
Yep. First thing we said when we saw each other in the ice cream shop was like, I think we played basketball that one time.
I was totally playing
like
it cool.
5 years ago.
I was playing it so cool.
So back to your marriage. Y'all been married now for a good little while.
2
A little over
years.
2 years.
2 years, and they say the first year could be the toughest because you got to get accustomed to each other and the uniqueness of everybody.
Yeah.
And would you have any suggestions for newly marrieds or people thinking about getting married, especially in the music business?
Yeah.
Because this show kind of is focused on how you blend your home life with your dreams, with your calling, your hopes. And y'all seem to bring it together. You're not separate.
Yeah.
Well, and that is something that we have to be very intentional about, is because we know with time apart, you know, we can go sometimes 10 days, 2 weeks apart, you know, with one of us touring and the other one is at home, or both of us touring out, you know, separate sides of the country.
Yeah.
And being apart that long, you know, you can start to feel distance creep into your relationship. And for us, it's been one thing that we've learned is just being very intentional that when we come home and we come back to each other, not assuming that things are going to be back to normal right away.
Yeah.
You know, taking that time to really
Be
intentional to reconnect and just shut out everything else, turn off cell phones, turn off TV, and just talk and get back to where we were before we left and traveled, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been a huge game changer for our marriage is taking that time, you know.
Did you have to learn that?
Absolutely.
Yes, I think I saw a lot of what not to do growing up. Although my grandparents were married 65 years, come kind of from a line of broken marriages, and kind of knew what not to do. And so when we were getting married, we did go through premarital counseling, which we would absolutely suggest. And it was through a church that we were a part of in Nashville. And I think it was just really eye-opening for both of us to go, oh wow, I didn't know that I didn't do that well. And man, we really love each other, but this is how we can really grow it. And this is how we can kind of make the bad times better if we just really are honest with each other. And it sounds cheesy, but kind of come humbly to one another and go, okay, I was wrong, or man, I'm really mad right now and I just need a minute. Or so,
Who says
yeah.
I'm sorry? Are y'all both say it?
I feel like I'm easy to say I'm sorry. So that's a little advice to the husbands. Yeah. Just say you're sorry. Just swallow the pride, just say you're sorry.
And the girls, just don't be so mean. You know? Like, we don't have to be bossy. We don't have to be bossy. We just, if we love them better, they will serve us better. So.
And that's, I feel like that's the key though, is serving each other. And we had a great minister who did our wedding. He's a good close friend of ours, and he just spoke so much wisdom into that before, you know, while we're getting prepared for our wedding and all that. He told us, you know, a big thing he said was just, if you want a happy marriage, just try to outserve each other.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's all about.
You can't outserve.
And we're both
can't.
competitive, so doing it with serving. We'll,
Yeah.
It really has been I don't know if it's been a save-all for us, but it's definitely been something that has like allowed us to have this really amazing marriage. And it's just so cool to be able to say that.
Yeah, we all are both in music. You're incredibly talented,
Thank you.
and you play together, but you can also do separate
Yeah.
times too.
Absolutely.
And you've got fidelity, you've got trust. You know, you're in the big city, you're in all that Nashville stuff, but when you know that your spouse is going to be there for you and you only, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Lord knows we need more models like it. So keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Words on the pages about the greatest gift. It's where you find the truth, you find the proof of what love still is. this beat up Bible. Yeah. I can hear you saying, baby, when you're praying, give him all your worries, he'll give you all you need.
Stick around. The Road in Between will be right back.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take it beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling, take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser is another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You come by and see you.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company, a name you can trust, products you can depend on.
We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sykes.
The last time we went to Belize, we brought these 4 dentists and they shared their gifts of ministry. They understood that their calling was more than just dentists, it was ministry, and they brought healing as they went into suffering and hope. And the same is true with each of us. We all have gifts for ministry, and it's wonderful when you can tie in your vocation, your career, to share the love and compassion of Jesus Christ. I think if Jesus came back to life today, he would not be a carpenter. I think he might be a dentist, because he would use his tools of the trade. Because God, just like a dentist, goes into the very abyss of life. At the beginning of the Bible it says, in the beginning God began to create the heavens and the earth was formless and void and dark. And he hovered over the waters with his Spirit. Just like this dentist right here is doing just that, going into the caverns of decay and bringing relief to those who are in pain. A lot of times people don't want to go to the dentist, but it's the dentist who actually brings hope and healing. The same is true with God. A lot of times we run from God because we're afraid of what God's going to say to us. Maybe we don't have a regular checkup with God, and so we end up being injured and hurt. So the next time you think about going to the dentist, remember that God enters into the darkness with his light and love. This is Tom Sykes for another Hush in the Rush moment on The Road in Between.
Last longer. I pray the night stands still, 'cause I want you forever, and I always will. There's no denying this love is worth fighting for. You leave me breathless. I'm losing my senses. I've never felt
What happened to you in Haiti when you went on your mission trip?
Oh man, well we had initially signed up to go together because when I had met Adam, he had always kind of said he had a heart for Haiti and he wanted to go, and I'm always up for just going. I didn't care where it was, and so we had signed up together, and then he didn't end up going because he got a gig on the road with a country artist named David Nail, and but my sister had signed up as well, so the two of us went together. And I have been to Hong Kong and I have been to Cape Town, South Africa on mission trips. So I've gone on international ones and seen some really horrendous poverty. And so I knew kind of just to expect poverty and to let all other expectations out the window, you know, time and everything, anything you expect, just erase it. And we got there and we worked in the second most impoverished community in Haiti. It was in a little southern fishing village. There was about 20,000, 25,000 people, you know, within a certain area, and they had one working water pump, no electricity. It was all kind of like a generator, if they had a generator. And it was a 2-hour walk to the main road and then a taxi cab ride to the city. And it was just the type of poverty that you're like, these people are fishing out of boats as big as this, you know, two of these chairs put together and trying to supply their family with a meal and a dinner. But they were so gracious to us and going, we want to feed you everything that we have. But it would make you cry because they were so gracious that we were even there. But man, it's the kind of poverty that
you were there for a number of days. You were there for over a week.
Yeah, we were there for 11 days. But we were only about the second or third group of, they call us blondes, not because of our hair, but whether you were from Europe or America, but we were like the second or third group that this community had ever seen. And so our mission, we teamed up with an organization called the 410 Bridge, and they are there to be a voice for the leaders in the community and to be a bridge between this exact village named Morency and the people in America and in other parts of the country and the world that want to team up with them to bring them electricity, to help them get bigger boats, to bring them some form of cold storage for the fish that they catch, and maybe to pave a road, you know, to get into their village. It was the bumpiest dirt road ride I've ever been on.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, just that kind of poverty was intense, pretty crazy.
Their spirituality, though, is rich.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. They have a glow about them that is just so interesting. Like, it makes you realize that things and circumstances don't dictate your joy in life. And I think that's one of the more humbling things that you kind of discover when you see those people, is they have so little.
They have so much joy.
I mean, a Nerf football will change a kid's life over there, you know. But they're just so full of joy and they're so rich in spirit, and kind of makes you double check things when you get home.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shock.
It does.
It makes you grateful for everything from toilet paper to running water. I mean, really, you know, we take for granted all these things that we've been able to have, and you go over there and their joy, their hearts are so full and they're so loving and they're so glad that you're here, and you just want to hug them, you know.
And you're thinking you're bringing the blessing, right? And you're going, what was I thinking?
I know.
They're bringing the blessing.
Yeah.
They bring the blessing.
You leave there going, what? I thought we were coming to help. Yeah. Man, it's awesome. Hey.
So how did we get in touch with that group you went with? What's the name of it again? Is
The name of the group that we went with is called the 410 Bridge, and they were, I think, established in 2010, so right after the earthquake had hit in Haiti. But our home church back in Nashville is called Cross Point, and so they just started working through the 410 Bridge in Haiti to kind of team up and hopefully keep the conversation going, to continue to kind of build the conversation and get those people what they need to just operate a little bit more efficiently and effectively.
Well, we are honored to be in this secret little corner of your world and to have you down from Nashville and letting us come and be with you today.
Thanks
you
so much.
Adam and Cheryl.
The country thanks you too. I don't know if she's ever had her picture taken by some real cameras. So that's
Yeah, and we got
awesome.
waffles, yeah.
Yep, and waffles
Waffles
excited.
here.
Stick around. The Road in Between will be right back. In today's world where most businesses and corporations' main mission is to simply make profit, CRM Companies differs itself by focusing on being successful in a way that also promotes growth and prosperity in the community. CRM Companies isn't simply a commercial development and management company. They create opportunities, they create jobs, they maximize the potential for growth and development of a better community, all while still providing great services and outstanding customer relations. Learn more about CRM Companies and their mission today. Visit crmco.com.
Award-winning, quality, experience. Glass Incorporated's expert team can handle single window panes to entire high-rise buildings. Whether you need storefronts, glass replacement, mirrors, or shower enclosures, no job is too big or too small. Glass Incorporated, your commercial and residential glass experts. Locations in Meridian, Foley, Alabama, and the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sykes.
Have you ever been on a bear hunt? Well, we're invited to go to Alberta, Canada to be with Patrick and Eric Stubbs and their friends. We're going to have 2 bear hunts, in fact, in this episode. So get ready. You're not going to believe what's going to happen.
Been on the road now all night long. Nick was drooling. Eric was drooling.
Yeah.
TJ was driving. I was off in the drive, but TJ said it was good. Like a boss.
Craziest thing I've ever seen. I really didn't want to take that bear. I wanted a bigger one. It's my first day. I've only been here for an hour and a half. I'm trying to be quiet because I know there's other bears in the area. Much bigger tracks around. I thank God for that kill.
Stick around. The Road in Between will be right back.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take them beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling, take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser is another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You'll come by and see them.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company, a name you can trust, products you can depend on.
We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sykes.
Psalms 139, 1 through 10.
You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in, behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast.
What a road trip we've been on. We've been from Mississippi all the way to Canada on this show. We're grateful for all those who participated with us today. And we want to leave you with these words. You go nowhere by accident. Wherever you go, God is sending you. God has a purpose in your being there, and He's given His Holy Spirit to you. Thank you for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.
The Road in Between would also like to thank these fine sponsors. Closed captioning is brought to you by BMG, Benefits Management Group.
I'm on my way. I can't wait to see the brighter day. I'm on my way. I can't wait to see the brighter day. I can't wait to see the brighter day.